ahead to put the top tube on the front plate, you'll notice there is an insert tube that the top tube will fit into. Generally, you can wiggle it down fairly easily, pressing the two little buttons in, and rotate it until the buttons click in place. You'll hear a firm click. Then while holding the GlideCycle, pick up the rear tube, and you have the same placement on the rear tube. And once you have it started, it generally will fit together fairly easily. A little bit of bouncing and jiggling as necessary, and pushing in the little buttons, giving it a twist, and we'll have that. Now we'll go ahead and assemble the brake cables by turning the little barrels in the back and in the front. And the little barrel connector ties tightly, making sure that your brake cable is indeed all the way locked in. And in fact, there's a little problem on the front wheel, and that is the brake cable sheathing has not been placed inside of the cup, so we'll place it. There we go. Now the unit's ready. And now you'll notice that the front brake assembly just needs to be put together. It's the same as if you would pull the wheel apart to change a flat tire. And now we'll go ahead and join the pieces together. There we go, making sure that fits in really nicely. It's snug, and your brakes are already pre-adjusted at the factory and should work well for you. We'll test that front brake. How does it feel?
Perfect.
Great. And the parking brake on the front, does that work? Great. It works very well.
Perfect.
That's it for assembling your GlideCycle. Now there's one last step, and that's to put the saddle assembly together. So we'll lean the bike up against the wall and go to work. Put the saddle assembly together by starting by cutting the bands that are holding the tape, or holding the straps together. Great. And that's all that there needs to be done to set the saddle together. We generally like to position the front post to about the third or the fourth hole down from the tops, and you just placed it in the fourth, and that's fine. And this is the only assembly really required on the GlideTrack or the GlideCycle products, and that would be there's two little screws on the bottom of your seat that you'll need to pull out and place the saddle assembly onto its frame and reposition those screws. It should only take you a couple of minutes, and to do that you need to find a handy little screwdriver. Here we can see how it fits. The most important part is to fit the nose into the plastic and then position your screws as necessary.
They go on top? That's correct. On top? Yeah. It's a good thing I'm mechanical. Oh, it comes with a little goodie. That's good. Were you part of the inventing?
Okay, and we'll do the final tightening on the seat bolts. Give them a good crank, and you'll see they're very easy to do. And you'll find the seat in the end should have a position of about 1.5 inches to 1 3/4 of an inch from the top tube. And if you stick 2 to 3 fingers through there, you should have a good feel for whether it's set. If that ever slips with you or on you, it's very easy to just loosen these screws on the side, these 2 nuts, and readjust the tilt angle of the seat. You can also have that done at a bike store. Okay, Sin, well, we're ready to go ahead and mount that seat onto the GlideCycle, and it will be ready for a run. Regarding the position of the hooks, they're well described in the manual on how you should choose them, but for most people, the top 2 holes or the second and third hole down would be fine. The top safety strap is just linked in again with no pressure to it. The rear strap is generally put in the first or the second hole from the bottom. The safety strap is loose, and the GlideCycle is essentially ready for setting up and working. Well, thank you, Cindy, for helping us put that together, and this is what your experience will be like after you pull your GlideCycle from the box. Thank you.